Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failer. We continue our alphabetical look at all of the vehicles with wheels. We left off in our last video in this series with the Dodo, and we pick up right here with the Enforcer. I'm gonna give you the standard look around the Enforcer. Then I'm gonna blow myself up a little bit with a rocket just to remind you that when you get in the Enforcer, your armor refills. So we're gonna lose some health there, and it'll be less than 100, and then I'll get in the Enforcer, and we'll be back up at 100 with that green armor number. Reading from the wiki about the Enforcer. Oh, first, there's exactly one fixed spawn of the Enforcer. It's here. You cannot pay and spray the Enforcer, but you can have the Enforcer crushed over at the Crusher. From the wiki, the Enforcer is a law enforcement vehicle featured in both the 3D universe and HD universe. It is manufactured by Brute in the HD universe. The design is a truck-based long chassis emergency response vehicle based on a 1980s to 1990s NYPD Freightliner E33 emergency service unit truck, similar in body construction, livery design, and minor details, and also on the Ford L series. Differences were negligible between the Enforcer in GTA 3 and Vice City stories. The Enforcer usually bears police markings. In a couple of the other GTA games, it has SWAT instead. Police liveries of the Enforcer depend largely on those found on local police cars. Yeah, I think that's good for the design. So as usual, we're driving over to our favorite unique jump over in Shoreside. And in this particular video, I think I actually just drove to the bridge because I forgot that in this save file I haven't unlocked the bridge yet. So we're going to the tunnel. Normally I show the entire drive regardless of how far it is. But in this case, driving through the tunnel in first person perspective, I just decided to cut out that drive. So you're going to see me enter the tunnel here and then a cut, and then you'll see me coming out on the other side of the tunnel over by the airport. Okay, so the performance, the vehicle's overall performance is average to good. While large and heavy, the Enforcer's powerful engine allows it to accelerate well and reach high top speeds, while its cornering can be properly negotiated via the use of the handbrake. Its low clearance, small wheels, and heavy weight, however, make it unsuited on rough terrain where it may roll easily. Let's see if it rolls on our favorite unique jump. The Enforcer is featured in the introductory cutscene, also in the mission's chaperone decoy, and it's one of the 7 required vehicles for the import-export crane. All right, so here we are. Can we save it? Come on, bud. Come on, you can do this. Excellent. Credit for one jump. Okay, so as I mentioned, you enter the Enforcer, you receive full body armor, and except in GTA 4, instead of getting full, you'll receive 20% of body armor when you enter it. In GTA 3 and Vice City, Enforcers have red and white light bars. The San Andreas version features red and amber light bars. Both light bars, however, flash red and blue when active. That's interesting. Okay, couldn't quite make this jump here. Oh, one more piece of trivia. There's no rear license plate. Okay, next up, the Esperanto. There are 4 of them, kind of. One of them is not always there. I'll talk about that one when I get to it. Obviously, you can pay and spray the Enforcer, and you can take the Enforcer to the Esperanto, to the pay and spray and to the Crusher. The one fixed spawn of the Esperanto is sometimes an ambulance. That's at the North Staunton Hospital. Let's see, so we're not quite there yet. I guess it'll be the next fixed spawn. Here we are at Old School Hall. But I mentioned at the North Staunton Hospital, there's 2 ambulance spawns, except one of them is sometimes an Esperanto. So right here, you can see an Esperanto, where in the ambulance video, the very first vehicle I reviewed in this series of vehicle videos, this was an ambulance spawning right here. So it's either an Esperanto or an ambulo in the ambulance in that spot, depending on which angle you approach the hospital from. Reading from the wiki, the Esperanto is a recurring vehicle in the GTA series. It's a 2-door sedan in the 3D universe and a 4-door sedan in the HD universe, where it's manufactured by Albany. Let's see here. The Esperanto is based on a 9th generation Cadillac Eldorado, more specifically the 1975 and 1976 models, judging by the taillights. However, the vehicle has received significant changes through its appearances in the GTA games. But the important question, not answered in the wiki, is how does the Esperanto fare on this unique jump challenge? Unsurprisingly, not not well. It's not a great car. The Esperanto is one of the import-export vehicles required over at the where the shoreside import-export garage. Okay, the FBI car has 0 fixed spawn, so you can get it with a 5-star wanted level, or if you've already completed the crane import-export list, then you can just spawn it like I did right here. Otherwise, it does not show up in the wild. You can pay and spray the FBI car, which is odd because it's a police vehicle, and you can crush the FBI car. From the wiki, the FBI car is a law enforcement car driven by FBI agents in GTA 3 and GTA Advance. The vehicle was meant to appear in San Andreas, but it was removed from the game's final version. The FBI car's body is identical to the Kuruma, but is painted exclusively in black and has tinted windows and a dashboard-mounted blue light and siren. There is a slightly different variant of the FBI car present at Roblox, with its body color in a slightly lighter shade, most likely gray, than the FBI car used in Pursuits. In the Xbox and mobile versions of GTA 3, the FBI car features an air intake on the hood, most likely hinting that the superior performance comes from a supercharged engine. Each vehicle carries 4 agents in contrast to the police car, which only carries 2 officers. There are also FBI car roadblocks replacing the Enforcer in that capacity. And of course, you can do the vigilante side mission while in an FBI car. Okay, the performance. FBI car is significantly faster than the Kuruma, but has inferior handling due to a slightly higher ground clearance. Okay, prominent appearances in missions. So the FBI cars are out in the mission A Drop in the Ocean, and the FBI car is required at the import-export crane over in Portland. And then some trivia here as we tackle this first unique jump with the FBI car. Unlike other FBI cars that follow, the FBI car is the only law enforcement vehicle in GTA 3 that can be resprayed. Unlike other law enforcement vehicles, prostitutes will enter the vehicle when it's stopped. Street criminals may also attempt to carjack it if you get too close to them. The FBI car's siren is higher pitched, and the horn will also sound when the secondary sound is activated. Although the FBI car does not appear in Vice City and Liberty City stories, its configure line still appears in the code in both games, assumed to be used by the FBI Washington and the FBI Cruiser, respectively. Okay, can we land jump number 2? Rolling, rolling. Yes, we can. Notice we're turning the wheels to the right there, the direction that the ground is. That's how I do my best to try to save any one of these rolling vehicles. Okay, so far the FBI car has a score of 2. It's respectable, heading for an attempted score of 3. The mobile model of the FBI car is bugged, missing the high-quality license plate while still retaining all the other enhanced parts from the Xbox version. So I guess I learned here that the FBI car, you can invite a prostitute into an FBI car, and you can't into any of the other police vehicles. I think is how we interpret this statement, which I did not know. I should have shown that off in my prostitutes video way back when. Okay, jump number 3. Can we land this one? All right, on the back and on its wheels. The FBI car came to play today. Well done. Okay, so it is in a many-way tie for second place with 3 successfully landed jumps, and it's got an attempt to tie for the lead. So far, we've got 4 jumps landed from the BF injection and from the coach, and now the FBI car is not joining that tie, but still, like I said, respectable showing, 3 attempts. Okay, next up is the fire truck. There are 3 fixed spawns at the fire truck, 1 at each fire station on each island. The fire truck cannot be pay and sprayed and cannot be crushed. It's just too heavy. Reading from the wiki and advertisement, live out your childhood dreams in your very own fire truck. It will be worth the effort of hauling it through the streets when you're firing the water cannon, blaring the siren, and flashing enough lights to kickstart an impromptu rave. Who cares if the Los Santos Fire Department rejected your applications? Now is your chance. Perfect. Okay, the fire truck is a general-purpose firefighting apparatus equipped with a deck-mounted water cannon appearing in every GTA game. In the HD universe, it's manufactured by MTL. The Staunton fire truck, that's my favorite one. That's the one I spent 3 hours of real time in without moving. Okay, the design in the 3D universe. The fire truck is based on a Seagrave Marauder and is shown with a relatively small capacity of 2 occupants and operating for the FDLC, that's the Liberty City Fire Department, and then a FDVC, the Vice City Fire Department. The front end features a large bumper with 4 lights on either side and a license plate in the center, followed by dual central grills above. Cool. I actually thought that the fire truck would do pretty well in my ridiculous unique jump challenge here because it is so heavy and so inclined to land on its wheels and so difficult to roll and flip. So I thought it would show up today. We'll see. The 3D Universe fire truck can reach high speeds and has good acceleration. However, the resulting lack of traction in such a heavy vehicle makes it susceptible to oversteer and spinning. It has no anti-lock brake system installed, so one cannot turn while braking. Oh, that's interesting. Because the fire truck is very heavy and has a high top speed, the driver has to plan when to brake, otherwise it is easy to crash and possibly get stuck since the fire truck is very bulky. It's equipped with sirens that make the traffic move out of the way, except for the latter variant in San Andreas. Its hose can be used to spray pedestrians, knocking them down. The player can also activate firefighter missions with the fire truck, except with the latter variant in San Andreas. Okay, right now the fire truck is sitting on a score of 2 and heading back for an attempt at a score of 3. Okay, there's the firefighter side mission, as we mentioned, and the fire truck is one of the required vehicles at the emergency import-export crane. And then some trivia about the fire truck. The 69 on the fire truck's side is a pun to the sexual position 69. Fire trucks from GTA 3 through Liberty City Stories have the phrase "putting out since 1872" written on the doors of the cab. This is another one of Rockstar's sex jokes / references. Okay, I kind of missed the end of the fire truck there. I had written down that it got a score of 2. Oh yeah, okay, so I guess it just it died after 2. Okay, moving on to the flatbed. The flatbed has 0 fixed spawns, so we just grabbed it from the import-export crane there. It is pay and sprayable and also crushable, kind of surprising on both ends. And let's read from the wiki about the flatbed. The flatbed is a recurring heavy truck, first introduced in GTA London 1969 and would go on to repeatedly appear in the following titles. It's manufactured by MTL in the HD universe. The flatbed's appearance remains the same from GTA 3 to Vice City Stories, being a 6-wheeled truck with a long hood / nose, a utility cab with room for 2 occupants, and an ample bed. Although it appears to have 6 wheels, it can be speculated that it is a 10-wheeler, as it would likely have duals, like 2 wheels in some of the on the rear axles. Okay, the flatbed in GTA 3 is evidently based on the M939 5-ton truck and is identical to the Barracks OL, its military variant, albeit without the Barracks' bed accessories. Like there's no covering here on the back of the flatbed. The truck only spawns in a dark green color. Okay, continuing to read from the wiki, the prominent appearances and missions. So the 2 flatbeds spawn at the Cochrane Dam during the Exchange, the final story mission, one of which is stationary and the other of which is occupied by a member of the Colombian cartel. And obviously the flatbed is required at at the emergency import-export crane. Again, the wiki is silent, notably silent on how the flatbed does in this silly unique jump challenge. But that's why you come to me for this kind of content. Let's see if the flatbed can land 1 jump. And it looks pretty good. And now it's looking less and less good. I'm still turning my wheels in the direction of the road, which is left. And nothing at all. Okay, next up in this video, I think it's the final one in this video. Yeah, the Hood's Rumpo XL has 0 fixed spawns. It can be pay and sprayed, it can be crushed. And so we're just picking one up from the wild. They are plentiful over by the Shoreside Safe House. From the wiki, the Hood's Rumpo XL is a vehicle in GTA 3 and Advance and Liberty City Stories. In Advance, it is simply referred to as the Hoods instead of Hood's Rumpo XL. The design, it's a customized variant of the Rumpo used by the Southside Hoods, where it is notable that in GTA 3, the Hood's Rumpo XL is larger than the standard Rumpo, thus the XL nomenclature. However, in Liberty City Stories, it's the same size as the regular Rumpo, but with larger wheels. It is primarily distinguishable from a regular Rumpo by its paint job. In GTA 3, the van's body features a total of three color tones: dull green, blue, and red, and also features graffiti on both sides. Okay, that's good. There is a way to get a Hood's Rumpo XL without the graffiti through glitching or very rare occurrences, just like the lightless taxi glitch, which we saw both of in a previous video in this series. Okay, coming up on the first, where are we here? First jump. I think I passed it. What am I looking at here? Oh, there's the first jump right there. Okay. The Hood's Rumpo XL handles neutrally, and once it picks up speed, the van can go fairly fast. The acceleration is faster than the normal Rumpo, but strangely, it is slower at top speed. It has all-wheel drive and can easily drive up steep hills like the one near the shoreside safe house. Okay, can the Rumpo land? Yes, it can. Kind of a surprise. It seems like a clunky van, but so far it's on the leaderboard with a score of 1. It did not get blanked. The default radio stations in GTA 3 are Game Radio and Rise FM and KJA and MSX FM. So I guess those are the preferred stations, really, of the Southside Hoods. Okay, and now we're trying to get a score of 2. And I think I mentioned that this jump is more reliable for me. I can typically land this jump in just about any vehicle, but the first jump is a 50-50 proposition at best. Okay, so the Hood's Rumpo XL has a score of 2. Let's see if we can make it 3. Put your bets out. Okay, that's good there. I'm looking for more stuff to read from the wiki. For Liberty City Stories, thinking about the performance of the Hood's Rumpo XL. Its technical aspects have been changed. Its mass and top speed were increased in Liberty City Stories. Its drivetrain is now rear-wheel drive, being difficult to use off-road. Interesting. I wonder how many people contributed to all of the vehicle information here on this the wiki, because it sure seems like they know their stuff in terms of cars. I'm not a car person in real life, and the fact that they can make these connections and figure out, like the body of this GTA 3 game looks like this real life car, but the front fender looks like this other real life car, these particular years, this particular model. So it's pretty detailed. Okay, can we tie for 4, making the Hood's Rumpo XL one of the top vehicles in the game? Yes, we can. That was easy. And now we are still alive and heading for number 5. Now, remember, there's not a single score of 5 on the leaderboard. So we now have a third score of 4, joining the BF injection and the coach. And as I started this kind of silly game, I had my old guesses. I thought that sports cars would kind of be near the tops, and I didn't think at all about like the larger vehicles like the coach and the Hood's Rumpo XL, but they are surprising me here. Can we take the sole lead with the Hood's Rumpo XL? We're on fire, but if I get on my wheels, I'm going to give it credit for 5. No can do. Still, excellent showing by the Hood's Rumpo XL. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.